what do you? I mean, obviously you're doing a lot of stuff with the Canadian team and stuff now. Is that how long's that been going on now? How long have you been involved with the Canadian team and developing the young riders and stuff?
So this will be my fourth World Championships with the Canadian national team, which is so crazy. I can't believe time's flown by like that.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think they approached me with the opportunity 4 years ago. So before was it Val de Sol, I think,
Uh-huh.
and then and so when I was racing, there wasn't a lot of support for downhill athletes, and they had some projects going, but it was still really tough, and it was definitely like there was some friction between the Canadian Cycling Association and downhill racers, just not receiving the right support, or not enough, and fair enough, there wasn't funding for it, but just not the right kind of support, and it just really didn't feel like we were, they had our back. But now with things have changed, and they've kind of restructured some stuff, and really kind of are trying to um, provide more of structure and support, and better projects for the downhill side of the sport. So that's why I agreed to come on as a national team coach, because um, I could see that they were really cared about this. They really care about it. And so yeah, it'll also be I leave in 2 days for Andorra for the World Championships, and which is super cool because I've raced there a couple of times. So far, all the venues I've raced at before, so it's so cool to like revisit them as a coach, and like be able to kind of guide and support um, the juniors.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's super fun. Like what I love about it is it's not so much like you don't just show up and teach bike skills, because they're already at the World Championships, so they're
Yeah.
good riders, and it's too late. Like, you know. So what I love about it is just like the strategy, and like, like the race strategy, and
Yeah.
like,
Whole
line.
week of the race and stuff.
Yeah, totally. And you're just there to kind of guide them, and you're like watching them like grow and progress and learn, and go through all the things that you have been through yourself, and so that
Mhm.
you can just really offer good advice and guidance,
Yeah.
um and obviously be there like in a technical aspect, like course walk and being out on course, and um but yeah, all the logistics and stuff. But it's so fun, like to be coaching like at an event like that,
Yeah.
all the strategy and like the mental stuff. It's that you can pass on, like all the things that you learned, and all of the things you wish you had when you were, you
Yeah.
know, racing yourself.
Yeah,
So
definitely. And
yeah.
so what, I mean, just recently, obviously, we went off. We kind of when I was running the team, the Nuke Proof chain reaction team, we diversed off for a while there and started doing the Enduro World Cups, which the Enduro scene was really growing over here and in Europe. It seemed like that was gaining more momentum than the downhill. I think like in the UK we lost like a proper downhill series, that was run by one organizer.
Yeah.
I think that's really important in countries. It's important to have your top countries riders at your national events, which it encourages the younger kids to come through and get to meet them and race against them. I think that's important. um and we kind of lost that, and enduro racing, there was more and more enduro popping up, and the enduro world series was gaining more publicity on online and stuff, and obviously industry sells a lot more enduro bikes or whatever you want to call them over downhill bikes. So we kind of went off and did that for a while, and it was kind of building, and the races were getting better. And now it seems to me that it's sort of done a U-turn, and downhill seems to be of gained loads of momentum over the last few years. Obviously it gets more coverage because it's televised and stuff. But it just when I went out to Morzine the other week, it seemed like there was a lot of people on downhill bikes. And what's the scene like? What's the scene like in Whistler and Canada? Do you see a similar thing? Has there been a resurgence with people buying downhill bikes, or how is that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I feel like downhill's become kind of more, I don't know. I just feel like, it's kind of like the Formula One of the sport. It's like the highest, uh, it's like the highest skill. I mean, not to say that enduro athletes aren't super high skilled, like they are the highest skilled athletes out there too, but it's just like I feel like it's like downhill is like the pinnacle of the sport, and
I guess it's the
it's
high
super
speed of the
hot.
sport, isn't it? Of any of the mountain bike disciplines, it has the highest speed, I guess, doesn't it, as well?
Absolutely, highest speed, highest risk. Like you've got this one chance
Yeah.
and this one run to put it all together and lay it out all on the line, and it's just like that's super gnarly, and like the speeds that they're going these days. I mean, there's a reason why they ride downhill bikes.